Welcome back to Tavern Talk. Here it is, 2021. Boy, we've been waiting for that. 2020 was not a fun year in a lot of ways, but I tell you what, for me, it wasn't terrible. We did have some good things. We had a good show at Bago Bash. I picked up a few good things for my collection. We were able to work all year. I hope that 2020 wasn't terrible for you either. Anyway, we're looking ahead with optimism towards 2021 and hoping for a better year. So I just wanted to kind of welcome everybody into the new year with this little recording. Talk about some of the things in the newsletter and the chapter. First off, I met a guy over Facebook. His name is Fert Faust, and he had his father was a distributor for Grain Belt up in Brainerd, Minnesota, and we'll have more on that later. He's got a lot of knowledge about Grain Belt and Grain Belt advertising. I was hoping I could get him to do some Facebook Live things with us, but he's a little camera shy, he said. But we're going to be publishing some of his articles and things that he's written about Grain Belt advertising. We're going to start off with one where he was actually interviewed by the Lake Country Journal in Brainerd, with a special shout out to Emily Stuss, the editor of the Lake Country Journal, for giving us permission to publish this article. It was written in 2019 about the Grain Belt cabin that you've seen in some of those canvasette Grain Belt advertising pieces in some of those photos. And those photos are cool, and they're more cool when you understand who's in the picture and a little history about it. So I think you're going to enjoy that. That article is in this issue. We're going to have some others coming up from Fert that he's given us permission to reprint. He's got an article about the J.F. Kernan Grain Belt posters. He's got one about the Girl in the Barley posters. He's got some about some other signs and just some insights on things about Grain Belt and his time in the beer industry. So enjoy that. We'll have more of that coming up this year. Jay Martin struck gold, I guess, with some Schmidt Scenic cans, and congratulations to him. He's now on the hunt for more to add to his collection, and that's what we're all trying to do, is add to our collections. So congrats to Jay, and you can read his article. It's in the centerfold, if you will, of Brewings this month. A little word from Steve Miner, our president, and of course the show calendar and some of those things. So good articles and good interesting reading here this first issue of 2021 in Brewings. Some other things just to talk about briefly. We have dues structure kind of changing a little bit as we put some incentives into our dues to get people to join either the BCCA or NABA or ABA, and we'll talk more about that coming up. We're going to ratify our Constitution for the chapter, and that will be a good thing. And we've had this Constitution for a lot of years. It needs a few updates, so we'll get that taken care of. Coming up for shows this year, we've already booked our spring show at Shell's for Sunday, April 25th. We're hoping that that'll be a go. It's an outdoor show, and hopefully by then, with the vaccinations and stuff, things should be good. The Bago Beer Bash is set for September 10th, 11th, I believe it is. It's the second weekend in September, and we'll pick a date yet for the Mankato Brewery Show, and probably the second or third weekend is what I anticipate for that one. So we got our show calendar pretty well rounded out, and I'm hoping that everything will fall into place this year without any cancellations, and I know you are too. So with that being said, I just want to wish you a happy new year from us here at Tavern on the Ridge and from the Shell's Border Batch, and we hope this is a good year. So prost.